So today I am getting a platelet transfusion because I have to get my port put in tomorrow, and obviously they don't want me to, bleed out or anything when they're doing the port placement. So hooray, platelets! They decided not to give me red blood cells today, which kind of sucks because I was really hoping to get red blood cells because I've been feeling really dizzy lately, and I keep getting like lightheaded and kind of hearing my heartbeat in my ears when I go upstairs. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll do that eventually, but it's fine. As long as I have some platelets and start getting some more stuff running around in there, that'd be great. And so that's what I am up to today.
Let this finish dripping, and then when the platelets are done, we run a little saline to get all of it through.
Cool.
And then we'll get
love that.
I'm gonna love that a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I already
really
love that. Perfect.
Yeah. You can bring it back up to me in the shot. Hi. So I've had kind of a long and stressful day. We spent 6 hours at the infusion center, and basically I got platelets and no red blood cells, unfortunately, but I got platelets so that I don't bleed out tomorrow when they put my port in. So I am this evening doing a little heat treatment on my chest, because when you have a lot of grief and you have a lot of crying or upsetness and like holding your breath and stuff like that, you end up with a really tight pec to scalenes to traps and probably SCM and stuff up your neck. But everything just ends up really tight, and quite frankly, they're going to be stabbing me through my chest with a little straw, and so I want to make sure that it's as chill and loosened up as I can, and I don't want to work it too hard because that'll cause an inflammatory response, and I don't want it to be inflamed, but I want it to be looser. So I have my little heating towel warmer thingy. That's a technical term. It's a towel warmer. I have my little towel warmer over here, and I'm just going to rotate through a few towels and put them on my chest. I do have a bra on. Don't worry, YouTube. Nothing lewd. But it's all the upper chest. You're not even getting down to the boobs, really. You want to get like your sternum a little bit, and then all the way over here. Either way, I want to hit all that stuff because mine has just been really, really tight lately for obvious reasons. I'm nervous. I am not looking forward to having a straw stabbed into my chest. That being said, it sure beats the hell out of all of the needlework I've had done so far on my arms, and they always bruise me, and it's not their fault. They don't mean to bruise me. I'm just super anemic, and it always happens, and so I have these like massive bruises on the inside of my arm, and yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable sitting there and having a needle jabbed in your arm, so it's worth it. Not to mention the fact that it's actually there's less chance for infection. There's less chance for like getting stuff stuck in the line and things like that. It makes infusions go faster. So for multiple reasons, I feel like this is important to do. Not excited. I'm trying to distract myself from what's actually going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to be a bionic girl. Resistance is futile. It will now be part of the Borg, and that's fine. I look like Pippi Longstocking right now. Sorry, I was just realizing my hair is back on my pillow, and it's a Pippi Longstocking move. Anyways, yeah, I'm nervous about tomorrow. They're gonna give me the same combination of, they call it like awake sedation. I think that's what they call it anyways. I'm gonna feel stupid if it's wrong. But it's basically the same thing that I got when I got the bone marrow biopsy, so it wasn't bad. At least the fentanyl was nice. Like I said last time, the twilight did not kick in for me. I still remember the entire thing. I don't have any loss of memory, or I have no little missing moment. So I kind of hope I have a missing moment tomorrow. I really don't want to remember any of that. I really hope it just like blip, like blinks over time and I wake up and I'm like, oh, that was easy. But even if it doesn't, I'll do good deep breathing and we'll get it done. It's not supposed to be a long procedure. Most of these procedures are pretty short and they know what they're doing. So it's just the fact that it has to happen at all that kind of sucks. And I essentially have, what's going on with me right now inside of my brain is that I basically am having a temper tantrum. Like, it's basically just a part of me that's like, but I don't want to get this shit done. I don't want to be stabbed in the chest or be casually poisoned or radiated. I don't want to have to man up or be strong or any of that shit, but that's fine. Build character, right? I don't want to build character. But still, we'll get it done because I do want to have a very nice long life, so it's worth it. And it's yeah, if I don't do anything, this would definitely kill me, so I don't really have a choice, do I? But anyways, thank you so very much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off my chest and do one more, but I will give you guys an update tomorrow when we do the whole port thing, so that's gonna happen. Anyways, thank you very much for watching my channel. Like I said before, hit the subscribe button and the like button and leave me a comment pretty please, and we'll just see you tomorrow. So this is just me crying. I'm really afraid about tomorrow. I'm pretty sure the port placement's gonna take about an hour, and it's all you know, like awake sedation, which isn't really sedation. It's basically just they give you fentanyl to kind of keep you a little loopy, and then they're supposed to give me Versed, and it didn't work with the bone marrow biopsy. I was still very conscious, and I'm really worried that I'm going to be awake for this, and I really don't want to feel pain during it, so Medicaid won't pay for the you know, if I did complete sedation, and yeah, I just really worried about it. And again, like, not so much that I'm gonna die or that it's gonna completely fuck me up. I just worry about the pain. I worry that it's gonna hurt, and I really fucking hope it doesn't. So I'm gonna try really hard to tell them to, like, crank up the juice. I know that I need to do this. I know that it needs to happen because it's better than being stuck in the arm a whole lot, but I'm just really worried it's gonna hurt. But I guess if I, like, you know, if I, like, scream or like yell at them or something, they'll probably turn it up a bit. I fucking hope. So we'll see. At least I won't bleed out, hopefully, because I got so many platelets from today. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna cry some more and feel sorry for myself. And eventually get my shit together and try to meditate and get my mind right and find a Zen place. That's kind of where I was at for the bone marrow biopsies. I managed to really get myself calm and everything, but this is a
a lot freakier, actually, you know, in some ways. Like, the bone marrow biopsy is freakier because it's bone, right? Like, so you there's like a drill and you think about that stuff and like that's creepy. But then, you know, this is creepy because like they're stabbing it into your chest. And then it's also creepy to just have one in general because, you know, you have to take care of it real good to make sure it doesn't get infected and have other weird shit going on, even though it has better chances of not getting infected. But it's not. Anyways, thanks so much for watching my channel. Thanks for listening to me bitch about stuff and cry and be a general mess. So I really appreciate people giving me any kind of support and attention, because I need attention, you know, because I'm an attention whore. All right. Hopefully I will have good news tomorrow and it'll be like, oh, that was a snap, or it sucked, but it wasn't that bad. I really, really, really fucking hope. Okay. All right, bye. When they were giving me my phone call for the procedure tomorrow, the guy on the phone is like the scheduler. He was like asking me my date of birth and like verifying all my stuff. And then he's like, okay, so tomorrow, make sure you don't eat anything after midnight. And I was like a gremlin, right? And he laughed and he was like, yeah. I was like, yay, somebody knows gremlins. He's probably my age, so that works out. I have just gotten done getting my port placement, and I can show you a little bit of it. I haven't looked at it yet, but it's okay because I don't really want to, because it kind of freaks me out. But I just wanted to let you know that the procedure was actually nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was really anxious prior to this, and I was doing a lot of like sort of meditative deep breathing and trying to get myself to calm down. And I had earbuds on where I was listening to some of my my different megahertz of calming frequencies and stuff, and those were great to get me calm initially. And then I got a little worked up right before going in, because they told me it was a different type of port than I was thinking, and that's fine, but it was just a little bit more invasive than I was originally planning on, because I thought they were just going to do the straw one, and it's the one that they put under your skin, so that kind of freaked me out. But I was like, well, I guess we're doing this anyway. So but my doctor was great, and the two lab assistant people, whatever they are, the nurse and the other guy, I think was more of he was like a radiologist and stuff like that. I think he was doing the visuals on it of them finding my vein, and then the doctor was doing the actual, you know, like, sorry, we're still in here. The doctor obviously is doing the actual placement and like any of the incisions and stuff like that. And then I had my nurse was the one actually mitigating my my drugs that I had, which they gave me. They did the conscious sedation again, where they gave me fentanyl and Versed. Except for this time, I feel like the Versed actually really worked, because even though I still kind of remember being present, I was also kind of like really distanced from my body. Like I didn't feel like I was super stuck in the moment. I felt really kind of floaty and ethereal, which is great. But enough that I could check in and stuff. And about halfway through it, I started to feel just like a little bit of pain. It was like really small, but I didn't want to feel anything. So I just mentioned to him that I was like, hey, could you give me a little more? And they're like, sure. And like 60 seconds later, I had another bump of medicine. And yeah, and it was great. I still feel really nice. Like they did great with the lidocaine too, like just the topical. I don't feel anything right now. I'm sure I probably will a little bit later. But yeah, it was just all very well done, and everybody here at the hospital's been great. So I'm really happy with how that went down, especially for how much nervousness I had going into it, because I was like shaking and trying not to cry and all kinds of stuff. But this is going to be great now, because it's going to mean that all of my anytime they have to take blood from me or give me injections and stuff like that, I don't have to get my arms all crappy and everything. So
Alright. I made it home. Yay. Alright, I'm just gonna show off my wounds a little. So this is where the port placement is, and they had to go in through here to get it to go into my vein. So this will heal up, and so will this. And then I will have a dandy little place for them to stab me. You see the little tiny dot there is where they did the practice. So they have to make sure that it works, and so they did a little practice stab. And so basically they just make a little incision here, and they tuck the little port thing-a-do underneath there, and then stitch it up. I think it's got stitches. That is, it's like stitch glue or something. But then they do this up here, and right now I'm not doing too bad on pain, but I also took a Percocet because your girl's not trying to like feel like shit. So and I'm gonna rest and sleep and heal. So that's on my agenda. Woo. I got beat the fuck up. So yeah. All right. So I've only shown you my my incisions and stuff in the dark, pretty much. So I figured I'd get a good shot of it and I'll do some nice close-ups. So that's the incision where they do the tube, and then this is the actual port that's under the skin. You can see where it's got disposable sutures, and it's a little red, but I've been putting ice on it. And then you can see where it's you can see this a little better where it's raised, so it's actually raised up here. And it's under my skin. So hopefully you can see I'm trying to get a good angle on this so you can see the raise, but it's all kind of blending in. But it's only about, let's say, it's raised up about 1/2 centimeter. It's not crazy, but there she is. You know what's weird is that this is the one that hurts. Like I can't even feel this one. But this is the one that's tender as fuck. And like every time I flex my neck and stuff, it kind of hurts. But Percocet is my friend right now. And not that they gave me any, they like gave me Tylenol, and they were like, put ice on it and you know, take Tylenol. It's like, yeah, definitely. I'm certainly not going to, you know, take Percocet from a previous dental procedure that I didn't use all of the meds for. So, yeah, but that's what's making it like really chill, is that I have Percocets. I'm not even on a full Percocet. I took a 1/2 of one, but it just really dials down the pain. So if you can score yourself something that's a little bit stronger than Tylenol, that would probably be preferable, because it's a little more tender than you can handle with acetaminophen. So, but it's not terrible. Like I said, I'm not like in agony or anything. It just feels tender, and like I said, like when I move my neck or when I like swallow, like I can feel like the bruising, as it were. So yeah. So I'm healing up pretty well from my my port placement. But because there always has to be something fucked up, I with being anemic, I've been dropping periods for a while, right? And with getting all the platelets, they got a whole bunch of platelets here the other day, and then also they gave me the saline, and so just my blood has more volume right now. I don't have more like blood cells running around in there exactly, but it does have more volume, right? But with that, my body decided, hey, we got some extra blood, like let's go ahead and have a period. So I went from the fatigue of having the port placed and like trying to heal skin, you know, to now the fatigue of bleeding to death again, only it's not my cells destroying it, it's just the fact that I'm having a period and so I'm bleeding. That's exciting. It's just so fucking dumb. Just like, I'm just gonna have to strap in for this, because it's just been like one thing after another and things are just messed up, and that's just how it is, and I'm just gonna keep getting through it and trying to make things better, because eventually it'll figure itself out. All right, update. Port placement is healing up nice. It's not doing bad. Tomorrow we start all the meds. So, I don't remember the names of them. I'll have to write them down. So tomorrow I start the 2 chemo meds. One is an injection that they will put in my little site, and the other one is in pill form. The injections, or infusions, I suppose, will be for 6 days in a row. And they said that usually the after effects are like just extreme fatigue, which is fine because I'm going to be chilling anyways. And then the other one, though, the pill form that I'm going to be on for, I don't know how long. I don't know if it's the type of thing where I only do like a month's worth, or if I'm going to be on it for the foreseeable treatment for the next like 6 months or more. I have no idea. I should probably ask these questions. They're probably important. But I think I was just in such a whirlwind when they first started telling me this stuff. I was just like, yeah, okay. I have no idea. So I'll get some more details on that. And I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. I will actually take some video of them doing the infusion, and then I'll update you on what I'm doing with that. So strangely, not as freaked out about taking pills and poison as much as I am about getting cut on, which is kind of bizarre. But yeah, I will just see you guys tomorrow for my first round of all these things.